feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had two necks. I got homies that can sleep without two. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah, drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coupes, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit.
One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
On first down, Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On play action, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
There's no doubt that he has plenty of heart, but you got to be careful of those receivers that are slight of build. They leave themselves open to some pretty big hits across the middle. That pass, incomplete.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready? Back.
Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to go up top again. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
They'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rush.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now left side on the swing pass. He's got a first down past the 30, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz.
That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That goes for a gain of 31. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
48-yard line.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Cohen. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 35. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 25-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Bears 7, Packers nothing.
On play action, they'll throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14. Packers nothing.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, second down. He'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
On the return is Cohen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over. Wentz now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A pass there complete to Westbrook. And he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic. And no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time. Completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away. You're trying to get...
Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Kenny Golladay, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are back within a score. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. This is Cohen. There he goes, left side.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
Chicago. Tariq Cohen his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Throwing left side, it's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he'll go right back to Green, but this time it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Again, it's Wentz. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Swift on the counter. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he will He'll take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 50 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Go, go, go. Check 9, check 9.
First down, a run with Cohen. Fights through and now a crease. Past the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As the Bears push further out in front. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Bears 28. Packers.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throw in deep for Galladay. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
10 at the 24-yard line.
82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get that to Bryce Love out of the backfield, and that'll bring up second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but now it'll be third down.
Third down and 10.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Play action. Now Wentz looking for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
By the Packers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A gain of 9 yards.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Complete to
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, here's Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
We're good.
On play action, Wentz. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 20.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Gets it quickly to Galladay. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Packers.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
35-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. A real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing his Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. That'll bring up second down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Wentz on third down. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the Bears' 36-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Into the 3rd quarter of play with the score Bears 35, Packers 7.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, 5, and they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this carries into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Do what we do.
And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Fielded in the end zone. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, Well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And the Packer.
Now a carry for Swift. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Back to throw now on first down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10.
That's all you got.
And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick-6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Taken in the end zone.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Running is Swift. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. taken right around the 44. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the questions are going to continue to mount for this club, no doubt. This will almost certainly be another losing effort. And the questions will become, where do they go from here? That is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Reddick. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They'll run here with Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
28-yard line. A gain of 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 30, past the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. 57 yards.
Packers.
On 1st down, Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is caught. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Green Bay.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
56, Packers 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye.